just do some real quick introductions. I think most of the crew knows us here, but I'm Vu. I'm the founder of GoldMint Finance. I've been having fun in DeFi for what I say is 5, but is kind of going on around 6 years now. I hung out at the beginning of some of the stuff with DAOs. I've been involved a little bit in some like the legal back end. I've done a bunch of different things. It's my first protocol. I've been involved in a couple different ways, but it's been really cool getting to run GoldMint for the last 2.5 months, and we're having a lot of fun doing it. We got Doc up here too. He'll give a
Alrighty.
quick introduction.
Um, my fault. I was on mute talking to a computer there. So hi everybody. My name's Doc. I think I know most of you, but a little background about myself, specifically with regard to GoldMint. I lead a group of our angel investors, and I think more importantly, I sort of help keep the DAO in order and operating. So thanks for coming. Glad to be here.
And yeah,
Yep.
I'm Monkey, head of operations, kind of run like a little bit of everything within community to the back end to, I don't know, a whole bunch of different stuff. But yeah, you'll find me around maybe in different servers and stuff too. So yeah.
Yeah, Monkey's got his hands on everything we're doing. So we are having a lot of fun over here. I'll try to do the quick recap. I don't think a lot of you need it, but we are GoldMint Finance. We are an algo stablecoin on Ethereum, and we are pegged to PaxG. PaxG is a gold-backed token. They have gold in a vault in London with serial numbers cataloged that correspond to each token that they issue on the blockchain. So they're not like a pegged or using an algorithm. They're backed. Every PaxG token is backed by an actual ounce of gold held in a vault. One of the coolest tokens on Ethereum, and was a big inspiration for us when we started this. We love what Señor's protocols and algo stables do, but we did notice that in the scene that there was kind of a common theme of people pursuing pegs that were like layer 2 tokens or things like that, and we wanted to try something different. We have a lot of friends that do that successfully, and there's no harm in that, but we were looking for something different. So instead of pegging to Phantom or AVAX or something like that, we decided to peg to our favorite stablecoin, which is PaxG. And that's given us a real opportunity. We launched what I think is the heart of a bear market, in a recession, both in markets outside of crypto and in crypto, specifically. So I think having such a stable peg at a time where tokens that we like, even the Ethereum network that we're on, or some of our layer 2 friends have seen, substantial losses over the last couple months, having that strong peg is just such a key aspect of GoldMint Finance. And there's a reason we picked that. And I think it's been a key element of our strength. And then another thing we try to do over here is support that peg through a strong bonding program. For anyone who's new, just hang around for a little bit, and you will realize we do a lot more with our bond tokens than other protocols. So we have single staking available for our bond tokens. Our bond token holders can participate in our nodes for increased rewards, and actually an early way, our nodes pay out in GoldMint, an early way to redeem even if we're under peg. I don't think anyone else is doing anything like that. And we have them available at a discount via our partnership with Olympus Pro. They set us up with a contract to have a variable discount. So be sure to check, if you're new, the Olympus Pro page every once in a while. Sometimes those discounts get pretty juicy. And then we round out the ecosystem with the rewards and the share tokens. How do we take care of the people who participate in this protocol? So it's one thing when you get to stake in the boardroom, what we call the mint, and get the additional GoldMint printed, but there's rewards every day for our participant, and those are the share tokens. Those are the people who provide LP for our GoldMint PaxG pair, or single stake tokens like the bonds provide LP for the share tokens and things like that. They get those share reward tokens. So one big push that we're working on now over here at GoldMint Finance is bringing increased value and utility to the share tokens. On the back end, while we've been working on the new UI, we've also been planning a share token version of the nodes. We have bonds, we have GoldMint. we're going to bring in share nodes, and we're not just going to copy the other system. We're going to bring in some gamification, find a way to make it fun. We're going to have the share nodes kind of be like your own personal gold mine. And there's different things you can do and ways you can participate to get increased yield from that gold mine. So we think that's going to be a lot of fun. And we have some other really cool things in the works that are still in alpha category too. So we do a lot with the shares. And then the other thing we did was we set the shares with the 2-year emissions. Shares have a finite supply that helps protect their value a little bit, that they aren't an infinite supply. So by setting 2 years to emit the shares, we made them come out a little bit more slowly, maybe made ourselves have a little bit lower APR in the farms and some of the other protocols. But we set ourselves up with a 2-year roadmap to come up with something even better. And that's where Doc and the DAO really come into play. We're working on acquiring PAX G so that the shares can be replaced with a dividend style token that we can issue backed by the synthetic gold tokens held by the DAO. And he might want to jump in here and tell you a little bit, about the purpose of the DAO and just why that's such an awesome feature of this protocol.
Yeah, thanks, Bill. I'll hop in real quick. So, and everybody has heard this from me time and time again, but our DAO really has there to serve two purposes right now. Number one, to support the protocol, and then number two, to build out a portfolio that can provide yield to all of our participants, community members, and token holders. So, as we've started off, the DAO really didn't start off with much. Boo and I have laughed about this many times and sort of kicked ourselves. But as time has gone on, really the DAO has been, as I say in monkey laughs, building up sort of the firewood here. And the assets that the DAO has right now are significant in nature. Not only GoldMint, but as Vu said, really trying to build up the PAX G portion of it more than anything else. It's really important to remember too that our DAO will, how do I say this carefully? Our DAO will play a central role in any developments that we have in the future with our protocol as well. And it's something that we've already been working on in the back end and putting into motion. So the DAO, as the days go by, is starting to be able to be in a position to better support the protocol, and which ultimately ends up in being able to provide yield for our community members. So I think things are in a good spot, and we really like the unique aspect of our DAO, in particular for the long term.
Yeah, well said, well said. And I do believe somebody can correct me in the questions later if they want to, but I believe we are the only DAO in DeFi that is dedicated to the acquisition of PAX G or even another synthetic gold token. To the best of my knowledge, no one else is doing this. So not only have we had a healthy start over the last 2.5 months, but we've built an awesome community at GoldMint Finance. If you're new to our Discord, we have just under 1,000 members. I know our Twitter followers are a little bit over that. We have some amazing partners. We just had Liquid Capital on at Twitter Spaces last night. We're partnered with Great Finance, Alto Finance, who's had just amazing growth in their protocol. We have some other friends that we've been working with a lot, and some new ones coming out too. Some friends that are coming over to Ethereum. El Taco Finance. We've been doing some really cool things. We're starting to do some NFT collabs. We've been talking to Grape about doing some stuff like that too. So we're really starting to have some fun, both growing this DAO, rewarding our participants and having fun running the protocol, and then collaborating in partnerships and finding ways to work with other communities too. And I think that just kind of really rounds out who we are and, and what we've been up to. And then what everybody wants to know in the AMAs is what's coming out next. So one of the things that we talked about last night, for anyone who missed it, is a big priority of ours has been the new UI. So the UI that we rolled out had done its job getting us through the initial stages, but it was not robust enough to handle increased development. as we wanted to add new features, call more and more data, we started to notice weaknesses, lagging, various issues, different things, functions not working, and things in the UI. And we realized that as important as it is and as awesome as it is to develop new and exciting features, having your current ones work properly, your data report quickly, is the core of the system. And by having a good UI, not only do you get that win of having that right now, where the participants can log in and have a smooth and comfortable interaction with our D app, via GoldMint.finance, but you allow for increased development. So at this point, when we have a system that isn't performing at 100% and you try to ask it to do more and more, it only starts to perform worse and worse. So we're setting that robust framework right now for all of these other ideas that we're talking about. The gamified share nodes are going to require a little bit more than the simple page that we have for our bond nodes and our GoldMint nodes. And we know that. So we're trying to get set up for that. We have an awesome partner, Liquid Capital, who is allowing us to be part of their pre-sale. All their partners are hosting pre-sale versions of their pre-sale on our website. So when you want to participate in Liquid Capital and you want to buy their tokens for the pre-sale, you get to pick a partner's site to go to. Each chain will have various partners. I think we're the only one on Ethereum, so it's great for our friends on ETH. We know you'll all be coming over to GoldMint Finance to participate in that. But for anyone who didn't get to check them out last night, we'll make sure we have probably a couple announcements with their Discord link. But it would be great to check out Liquid Capital because we are being able to host their pre-sale on July 10th. I don't believe the time is released yet, but we are looking at 3 to 4 days here before those tokens are available. So that's going to be one of the very next things you see us do is participate in this pre-sale and make those tokens available to our participants at a discount. And what they do in return is kick back a percentage. I think it's like 10% in like burns and buybacks and 10% for the protocol. So 20% total of the pre-sale amount through each partner site goes back to their protocol. So these guys are doing a great job. If you choose to participate and you do get a discount, I think the public sale rate is 12 cents. And I think there's for sale for 10 cents in the pre-sale. So you do still get a discount as a participant through GoldMint Finance. But we're also going to get a reward for you choosing to participate through us. So I really thought the way they set it up to take care of their partners resonated with, just what I was talking about before, that we like working with partners who come up with cool ways to collaborate and take care of each other. So that's one of the cool things you're going to see coming up soon. On the back end, in addition to the gamified share nodes, we're also working on PaxG single staking. This was lightly discussed in another AMA, but it's an obvious next step for us. You heard earlier, we're big fans of PaxG. It's a great token to hold. We want to bring a way to hold that token and get a little bit of yield. Our folks like holding synthetic gold tokens and having that stability, and also participating in the ability to get yield, good APR, and good rewards. I mean, that's what our system is all about. So it's just a logical step to bring that in soon. We're just trying to find the best way to structure it, what sort of yield we can offer that's great for our participants and great for the protocol too, and ironing out some of those details in that contract. Monkey will maybe be able to jump in and tell you a little bit about our upcoming NFTs. They're going to tie into the share nodes, but they also have their own set of unique features. I think you guys will find those really interesting.
Yeah, absolutely. We've been in talks with the NFT developer because our developers don't really know NFTs and neither do we. So we found somebody that's really smart and they've pretty much been teaching us how everything works and what we're going to do. So yeah, shout out to them. But yeah, so the NFTs are going to be really cool. Obviously, they're going to be really limited. They're going to have rarity levels and they're going to contain GoldMint tokens within them based on that rarity level. So essentially, I think we're going to do a mint through our website where you can deposit GoldMint tokens. And I think the price is going to be around 0.45 per NFT. And yeah, that'll enter you in and you get your NFT, but you're not going to know what you get because we're going to do the reveal. So I think after all of the NFTs have been minted, we can essentially call a function, and then all of them will be revealed to show what they actually are, and it'll be a big and fun time. So yeah, the development is pretty much there. We just have to do some tests on testnet, and then deploy it on Ethereum, and then yeah, that's that. We're still figuring out if we should drop this before or after the the new UI is complete, because again, as we've said before, adding stuff on top of the current framework will break other functions within the UI. It's a big mess when you start adding new stuff. It starts breaking old stuff, so it's awesome. But yeah, I can actually also touch up a little bit on the UI development and just say that it's been coming along pretty well, and we have a couple of things done. Some of the pages are complete, and well, not complete, but most of the style of it. And one of our devs has been doing a good job making it mobile friendly, so that's going to be awesome. Everything with the Olympus page and everything will be mobile friendly, so you can still interact from your phone. And with the new Olympus UI, you'll be able to see the percent. I think it's the percent that's vested, as well as the amount that you can claim. So you'll be able to know what you can claim at the time versus what's left, or what's still left there. So yeah, no more wondering. And yeah, that's pretty much that. I think I can't give a date on the UI really, sadly, because it's literally impossible to tell, but I can say that it has been going pretty decent, and I think we'll hopefully be seeing it soon. And I think it'll be a big push towards getting our name out there more, because I know that it's been a little bit frustrating for even new people entering, and people that have been around for a long time, like still seeing wrong values or not displaying and stuff like that. It's super frustrating for us too, and we're sad that we have to deal with that right now. But yeah, hopefully once we can get that finished, it'll be super clean and super nice, and then we're gonna start to do some more marketing and get our name out there, because it'll just be a clean look for our image.
If I can
Yeah,
piggy,
100%. The new UI, it's I've been calling it UX a little bit. It's really gonna
It is
allow
both. Yeah.
people to have a better experience when they're on GoldMint Finance, and that is a big part of it. And I think that is something that you'll find a lot of your better protocols that are in it for the long haul. You'll see after a couple months, they do realize that if they really want to innovate and build, not telling you what to look for, but I'm now realizing that for someone who doesn't care, you'll skip improving the UI because you just want the next, participant or whatever, the next, thing that people are going to come in. But when you really want to build out one of these systems, you often find that UI improvements may not sound important. It's just redelivering what you already had. But like Monkey said, with an Olympus program that gives the important data a little bit more accurately, it can be confusing. The ROI versus the percentage discount. The vesting, we learned recently. This is something I learned from releasing this program. It estimates the time of 7 days using block times on Ethereum. It's like 42,000 blocks or something like that. So it's not an exact time. So if you're sitting there with a stopwatch, I got in at this time, it's 7 days later, I can claim that may or may not be the case, depending on how the blocks have been going, faster or slower. It could be sooner, it could be later. So there are things that we're learning too, and we want to get all of that data reporting. And having those improvements helps us do that, and so much more, and build so much more on top of this. Normally, this is where we'd have Cripsom hop in, and just in case he can't hop in, I'll remind you guys that on top of those NFTs and what we're doing with our UI, with a lot of the partners, when you hear us talk about a partnership NFT collab, there is going to be two things you can expect. Those partners, they are going to do something other than just release an image that looks shiny and cool. And I like them to look shiny and cool, but we need just a wee little bit more than that. So they're always going to come with whatever type of rewards they offer their NFT participants, maybe something special. And then they're going to come with rewards from our ecosystem too. One of the beautiful things about being on Ethereum is that most of our partners are EVM compatible chains with wallet addresses that match on MetaMask. We can give rewards to people who hold an NFT on AVAX. Hint, hint. You know, it's definitely within reason for us to reach out to partners. I see a lot of protocols that say, like, oh, like, you're not on the same chain, we can't partner. We absolutely can do things together cross chain. I love building cross chain relationships. We're all building, similar protocols on similar infrastructure. We have some of the same pain points. That was something David brought up in the Twitter Spaces for anyone who missed that last night. Honestly, it was only 3 hours and 15 minutes long. Get onto Twitter, click that link, and listen to it if you didn't hear it, because it was an awesome chance to talk. But that's something you can expect to see from us too. I won't get too into it. We have some things going on with El Taco Finance. There's some golden tacos creeping around out there, and there's some upcoming stuff with Great too. And we'll keep you in the loop on that.
If I can hop in real quick.
I robbed him at the perfect time.
No, I just
Welcome, Cripzom. I was just giving a little spiel on partner NFTs. I probably didn't do as good of a job as you did, but you can jump in a little bit. I think do you want to do something with the Golden Taco tonight now that we've, our mods were good enough to give that back? We didn't talk about that, but you can sneak that in at some point too. It doesn't have to be right now.
Listen,
That would be awesome.
Cripsam and I sort of like the original Golden Taco. We did that on the fly, so there's no reason not to do it on the fly. Let me just add real quick, and then I'll be quiet. Onto what Vu and Monkey said. I've personally had a lot of questions, and I've seen some in the chat and everything about getting back to peg. When are we going to get back to peg? And I just think it's really important for everybody to know that we have been discussing that at length, and there is a definitive plan that's going to be put into motion that I think will make everybody happy. But it's really dependent on timing and a lot of the other things that Monkey and Boo said. So the UI being updated, an appropriate marketing push being put out there. So I just wanted to throw that out there while we had our audience. I've got a lot of questions about that. I want everybody to feel comfortable. There's a definitive plan that's going to be put into motion to get us back to peg. And I can tell you this from my personal standpoint, I feel very confident.
Yes, I'm glad you added that. I feel like I sometimes will allow that. I don't ever want my lack of concern, like immediate concern of the peg, or fear of the current price to indicate that we aren't thinking about it. So we look at it all the time. We know where we're at. We're able to judge usually if there's large buys or sells, if we're still having things that we're going through Genesis and things like that. We're about 2.5 months in. And from Doc and I's perspective, honest to God, we believe we have one of the strongest communities in DeFi. They are with us for the core mission. Some of you guys are exactly those people I'm talking about. Some of you guys are learning about us, right now, maybe for the first time. But we have a really strong community that we think is ready, that as this protocol starts to grow its liquidity and grow its investor base and reach out. We have partners with major folks on Ethereum and things like that. We believe that this thing is ready to approach peg. And as we go out there and we reach out to people and see if they're interested in being a part of what we're putting together, we're getting an overwhelmingly positive response. And it's not just because of like what Doc and I and this team put together, but it's because of you guys, the community specifically. They see that. They see, wow, so many protocols, everyone will freak out or dump when they're at 0.5 peg or 0.3 peg. And your guys say, when more bonds? That shocks people. They say, what's going on over there? Why is it like that? And I say, you have to have been with us, from the beginning and realize that when we launched, people ignored our peg price. They participated in our Genesis just to sell. And we started at essentially nothing. I believe it was $12 a token, but it might as well have been zero compared to our desired peg for the price of an ounce of gold, in the 1700 range, sometimes in the low 18s. It was really a shock to the system. And we've worked our way up from there and grown this community over the last 2.5 months. So you'll see that that's why we're less impacted emotionally by the peg. but that doesn't mean our lack of crying and boo-hooing doesn't mean that we aren't thinking about it and trying to, on top of all the things we're rolling out, also ensure that the Mint is an awesome place to be, and that is going to produce rewards, especially for you guys who have been here since the beginning and have been collecting those shared GoldMint tokens and using them in a responsible way, staking them in the ecosystem, providing LP and stuff like that. We love you guys. We see you guys. And we are definitely talking about quite a few strategies and quite a few cool things we can do to help support you as well, but by helping that peg.
Yeah, don't sell your share
I'm glad you
tokens.
took us on that
Yeah,
line.
for what it's worth, too. Sorry, Vu, to cut you off, but there's again the share token aspect, something that we've been thinking about at length, intimately, and there are major league plans in the future. So um, I would hold on to those for all of our members out there.
Yeah, I also just want to touch up a little bit too. Like we have a lot of plans and especially stuff. I there's even stuff on the roadmap that's like not even there. I'll probably update it and add some more, but there's still ideas and plans for further upgrading our other nodes in the ecosystem. Like I still want to go back and work on just GoldMint and B GoldMint nodes before or after doing the entirely new share nodes as well as LP nodes and different things like that. There's so many more ways that we can boost the ecosystem to bring more utility and locking tokens, especially locking LP when we need it when we're at peg. So yeah, just keep on. I don't know. It's a long ride, but we have tons and tons of ideas and so many plans to keep on furthering this. So yeah, just want to put that out there.
Plus the implementation that we're doing. I mean, we're also implementing these ideas. They're not just like Monkey said, we have these ideas, but we're actually going through with these ideas. So, gosh, the team is super hard at work building. And Doc, welcome back. Good to hear your voice, man. I'm sure everybody's excited that you're here.
Oh yeah, we love to hear from the doc. He does an awesome job for us.
Heck yeah. And also, real quick, sorry, guys, I missed a little bit of the podcast. I was in the middle of doing something. But also, I was going to say, my cords from my microphone showed up today. So, yes, the first GoldMint podcast will be on Saturday, is the goal. So, we'll maybe do a little announcement and ping everybody and tell them what time it is. But we're going to do a practice run, and I've got a intro from Sigil that we're going to put in there for GoldMint that he made us. That kind of clipped it out of the song that he made, and it's going to be fun. We're going to have last night. We booked Dave from I think his handle's Space Games with Dave. Is that right?
Wait, which guy? Not last night. In our who did our AMA?
No. What's his handle? Dave.
The one and only David.
Yeah, David.
The one,
yeah.
that's right. The one and only David. Yeah. So we booked him last night on the podcast, and super excited about having him come on. So
yeah,
we're gonna have people like that, that are gonna just be a wealth of knowledge, and it's gonna be cool, man. We have a pretty cool agenda. So hop in and have fun, and it'll be recorded. So I'm not sure exactly where I'm going to put it on yet. I'm still kind of doing some research. So if you guys have any suggestions, feel free to drop it in the chat somewhere and ping me for suggestions for where to put this podcast so it might be easy for everybody to access it.
I will say that we'll probably end up posting it with the stuff on YouTube as well. Probably just record, have just the audio with the plain background or something like that. So YouTube is always an easy access, and then we can also focus on different sources, Spotify, junk like that. And yeah, if anybody has suggestions, let us know.
Yeah, because sometimes people only like to use certain applications for podcasts. Sometimes not all of the podcasts make it on there. And I struggled with that before too. So drop a suggestion if you have one. That'd be great.
Crips, I'm freaking stoked for it. So I'll be honest, I did like the beginning of this AMA, getting to talk about GoldMint again. We've been experimenting with a lot of stuff, doing the Twitter spaces. trying to change up the AMAs a little bit, bringing in Cripsom, hosting these podcasts. You can see that, it's more than, you don't just develop, it's, I don't know how you say it. It's also about engagement. You have to build, but you also have to find new ways to engage with your community. And we just found a way to have a lot of fun on Twitter Spaces. We think there's demand for a podcast where you could hear a lot of these founders and devs talk behind the scenes, like a little bit about the protocol. But, how often do I talk briefly about some of, my history or other projects I've been involved with, tokens I'm passionate about, but how long you don't get to hear the deep details there. And I think Cripsom's going to do an awesome job of kind of digging into those things. What is Vu actually like? But tell me a token you held before GoldMint. Where did you hang out before? Some of that kind of stuff. So I'm psyched for the podcast, and I'm psyched for the intro he mentioned, Sigil. That'll be coming out soon. You guys will be hearing. Created a just really, really nice beat. Got a decent track going for the start of this podcast. Wait till you guys hear this. It's wild. Maybe the full version will come out too. I don't know. I don't want to do too much alpha, but yeah, we're just working on so many fun things for you guys. We want to engage in different ways. Yep. So, that covers a lot of the current stuff we've been building. Were you going to say something, Cripsom? I don't think so.
I think he's having some troubles having technical difficulties on that end.
Yeah, so we could start to move our way into Q&A. I'm trying to think if there's any major stuff. We talked about our new NFTs. We talked about our work on PaxG staking, shared nodes with a gamified aspect. Thoughts about improvements to our current nodes, future nodes for LP, which has a lot of value. Doc's hinted at that there's some good conversations about ways to support the PEG and increase the value of the share tokens as well. I think that gets a lot of that out there for you. Do we want to open it up to any questions? Does anyone else on the team have any alpha they want to add?
I just look. We can always lightly touch and say that we love other commodities, and that you should definitely expect to see more than just GoldMint. And yeah,
I like it. All right. Well, do we want to open it up? We got a handful of people in the audience here. We want to open it up for questions.
yes. I just invited Greg up. Let's see if he'll come up.
Is there anything in the chat?
There's probably a few
type
things.
chat?
I'm gonna go back through it and see if there's a couple things we can answer in the meantime as well. But yeah, Greg, if you're there, I invited you up, so come on up, homie.
I hope you all were paying attention too. I think Monkey may have just dropped the most alpha in that one little sentence of anything. I love it.
It's coming, guys. We're trying here. We got some cool goals.
What up, Greg?
Yo, can you guys hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Okay, so I have a question. So when you guys do the silver mint, are you going to be creating a PEG token, or is there something that already exists?
So we can honestly touch on this lightly, and like we've actually said this before, but we want to, because there is no silver token on the blockchain currently. There are, but there are none that we can utilize fully to our advantage. So we're thinking it's in the roadmap too, of utilizing Chainlink and integrating Chainlink to instead call the price feed of silver at the current time in real life, so that we can use that instead of a pairing. So that's actually something we want to get the devs to slowly start to work on and look at, because it's a little bit different and something that nobody's done before. I know that it is on Grape's roadmap, but LB is a busy man, so I don't know if he's gotten the time to look at it. So
Yeah,
so with the liquid capital pre-sale, have you guys decided what token is going to be used for purchase through GoldMint?
We asked them today, so they did not decide on the final stable for ETH. We want to let you guys all stock up, but it is going to be a stable coin on Ethereum. I joked last night. I want them to go with PaxG, but I want them to pick whatever works best for them and for bridging and things like that. Those tokens are going to move over to Binance Smart Chain. So
Oh,
I'm looking
USD.
forward to getting that answer, but I do not have it yet.
And then, are there perks from the individual protocols for buying liquid capital through them, or is it just the discounted sale?
I didn't
It's
fully hear that question.
I got it. It's pretty much the only benefit, like the whole part of the benefit is just to support the protocols. So that the only it's the 20% that goes back to the protocol. That's like pretty
No,
much it.
I'll add to that. No. I will add to that. There is a direct clear that you can see, as Monkey said, 20%. I think 10% in burns and buybacks, and 10% for like the team treasury to use. It could also be for marketing or just things that are constructed for the protocol. But then 30% of the token of the capital raised from the pre-sale. So there's 20%. Then 30% goes to helping out the partner protocols in general. So this is not an allocation that is pledged directly back to GoldMint, but it's to support everyone together. So although there's no guarantee that the 30% that you commit, that funding will also go to support GoldMint specifically, actually 50% of the capital raised from their pre-sale, and someone can correct me if I'm wrong, I hope I'm not messing this up, does go eventually to support the partners. Liquid capital they've really figured out how to set up a system where they will do well if their partners do well and vice versa. So my understanding is an additional 30% of the revenue they raise, it won't be pledged to GoldMint. We only get guaranteed that 20%, but it's going to go to support partners in general, which might mean, hey, next time we roll out NFTs or something, and this is a hypothesis, I have no indication of this, they might choose to participate, or if we're underpaid, they might choose to support or something like that. They're going to have that deep fund that was built from all the protocols and all the participants to help people in different ways. So there will be active, ongoing support with another 30% of the capital raised from the launch for the partners. So it doesn't end with that 20%, but that's the direct, immediate start.
Also, a really big
Thank you.
deal if GoldMint, as Vu mentioned, and we haven't looked at the most recent partner list, but it's over 20. If we're the only one on Ethereum, that's a really, really big deal, in my opinion.
And if I'm not mistaken, they were saying that liquid capital comes with like 7.5 million of built-in liquidity. I'm not sure if I'm right on that, but I'm pretty sure that's what's going on.
I won't say the exact number, but they are ready to stock a Horde LMS liquidity management system, and they have liquidity for their tokens
Right.
using this strategy of bringing in these stables and stuff like that. So they have a strong plan for having huge liquidity to support the price of the token. So a lot of times when you see token launches, and I'll admit even us here at GoldMint, we were subject to that. The price would go up and down so much with every single token sold because we didn't have that like huge volume of liquidity to start. So they do have a plan to have what I would consider to be a huge volume. I'm not sure on the exact number, but you're correct on that point.
That's where the liquid APR, or not the liquid, the variable APR comes into play also, I believe.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's
I
yeah,
support variable APR. I think it's tough
100%.
in this market to do kind of the original rebase style, some guaranteed, sky high APR, permanently.
Oh,
Just doesn't seem to be something that has worked.
how many of those tokens are still worth more than a penny right now?
None that I am.
Yeah.
That's horrible. There are a few rebase tokens that are innovating, but you will find that the most of them have found that you need a little bit more. I mean, even algo stables and tomb forks are in their own way a solution to that, saying, hey, we can't just pump out tokens all the time. What if we only create more tokens when we're trading over our desired price point? a desired price point. That wasn't even part of the rebase tokens, so there are some out there that are all right, but I think the current systems that we're using and some of our friends are using are a little bit stronger than the original concept.
Gotcha. Sorry for stealing the floor for so long. Thanks for answering my questions. Long time no see, guys. Appreciate it as always.
Yeah.
For
Sounds
all
good.
those, Greg.
Bye.
Thanks. Hey, real quick too on the liquid capital thing, I just want to
You
comment
got
on
any
this
other hands?
from personal. This is a doc question here, or statement, I guess. It seems really special what liquid capital is trying to do in bringing together all of these partners and then exposing these communities together. I think about what the GoldMint community is, and then I think about the Grape community and the Ames community, and just on and on and on. To bring all of these communities together and then to give back and to be able to support one another, I think is a really novel and special idea. So, I guess my plea out there to the GoldMint community is I would really love to see a great participation in this from our side, because not only is it going to support a great and novel idea, but it's going to be directly giving back to GoldMint. So I just wanted to say that before any more questions. Sorry, Bill.
Yeah, that's a great, clear and direct point. And I will remind you guys too that when I talked to Eric and the guys at the beginning about joining Liquid Capital, they did make each of the teams privately dock, so it's nothing that they were putting, out there or whatever. But they did, require, brief, doxing and verification from each person. So they've done a good job of not just reaching out. They almost didn't need it. Not to brag about like the core team at Great Finance, but they have enough experience in this scene, to know who's out there building, who's out there trying. I call them, this sounds weird, but I'll say serial non-ruggers in private conversation, like the opposite of a serial rugger, somebody who's always out there building, trying to do something different, and they know who's who in that community. And they've done a great job of pulling them together with the Liquid Capital and Liquid AR pre-sale. And that is a huge part of my bullishness on that project, is just seeing the way that they committed in a strong way to the partners that build that up. It lets me know that they're going to have the runway to go forward and the support behind them, because they've given that support to us and we're ready to give that support to them in a strong way.
Yeah, 100%. I think LAR and Liquid Capital is going to be extremely cool, and I cannot explain how much we are just happy to be a part of that and have the opportunity to be a partner and everything like that, and that they can see that from us. I think it's really awesome. I did want to go over, there's been a question asked by Lettuce a couple times. Go over the new Discord engagement opportunities and what are the ranks and rewards. So that's an awesome
Oh
question.
yeah, Monkey, you did a good job with this.
Yeah, I'm very happy that you asked. Me and Ness worked on this as well. So essentially, hold on, I'm gonna have to go back and read through some of it. I can't remember all the top of it off my head. So yeah, you can essentially rank up in the Discord just by chatting. You'll get 5 points for every 1 minute. So in 60 seconds, if you send like 1,000 messages, you're only going to get 5 points. It's based on every 1 minute. So after 60 seconds passes, you'll get another 5 points if you send another message. So you can't like spam it or game it or anything. And I'm also going to know if you're just like coming in every 5 minutes to say hi and then leave. It's pretty easy to tell. But yeah, so you can rank up pretty easily and slowly work your way up. Once you earn 100 rank, you'll get 12 karat fool's gold. Once you get 250 points or 250 rank, you'll get 18 karat yellow gold. And then once you get to 500 rank, you'll get 24 karat pure gold. And so the person that achieves the highest rank within 1 week, and so the weeks are going to be starting Sunday and ending Sunday. So that's when the reset is, and that's when I'll send out the rewards. And so the person with the highest rank will win a share token, SGLDM, plus the rose gold roll for that 1 week. And then everybody else that's in 24 karat pure gold will be entered into a raffle. So not the person that gets rose gold, but everybody else gets put in a raffle to win a share token and a whitelist spot. So yeah, just a nice little fun way to bring some engagement and give some more rewards for people hanging out and engaging in the community and stuff, and also getting a shiny, cool color roll to kind of show off and flex. So yeah, if you guys want to rank up and get up to pure gold, I think it's really not that difficult at all. Too, I might make it a little bit harder, I might not. We'll see how it goes, but I think it's pretty easy so far. So yeah.
Yep.
No, it
And
is.
we're also looking at possibly something like Grape does like a Grape of the Week or something like that. I kind of want to have something like that too. I'm just realizing we have some just awesome participants in this community, just from people who vocalize themselves in a great way and share their thoughts and concerns and help us go in a good direction. GoldMint Greg, I see you there. Wellness with what you did with the Twitter Spaces. We were just talking about Sigil. He's put out some awesome music for us, and can't wait till you guys get to hear it. So we're starting to really realize how we have an awesome community, and that some of you guys even deserve special recognition for what you do. So the details aren't 100%. I don't know if they're out or done on that, but we're looking at doing something like that too.
I can say I have actually made the roll and kind of thought about it a little bit. So I think this Sunday, when I do the reset, I'll also probably announce the, I guess, the person added to the gold crew. I think I don't know the exact name yet, but something along the line. So will be like a weekly thing. And
we can't share that alpha because we don't have a cool name yet.
yeah.
The true holdup of DeFi, everyone. What are we going to call this? No. Well, that's good. Any more, sorry, sidetrack there. Any more valuable questions, insight, alpha seeking, anything like that?
So Greg did bring up a decent point, something that happened the other day that, I don't know, we didn't really want to really announce it or anything, so it's nothing great, but one of the moderators had dumped a large amount of tokens, and yeah, it was not very cool. They didn't say anything to us, and they did not make a good look on the chart, and especially obviously making some people feel like exit liquidity, which is obviously not what we're about. That's the complete opposite. We're totally transparent about everything. And Vu's even said in the past, most of the all of us on the team at least have never sold share tokens. We know how valuable they are. So yeah, we removed him from everything because obviously that's just not what we want for our community and not what we want people to see from us, and that's completely what we're against. So yeah, we don't really tolerate people dumping team tokens, and I will say that he had bought a lot of his, but at the same time he did not give us any info, and it also did make a decent price action, which is just unfair. So
Yeah, I don't mind touching on that as an announcement. We hold the team to a higher standard. This is a DeFi protocol. You guys are welcome to buy and sell GoldMint shares as you see fit. Our team is expected to hold themselves to a higher standard and not make a massive price impact. I've been part of organizations before that encouraged no more than a third price impact as a participant, not to hurt a protocol. If you want to get in or you want to leave, slowly work your way out so that you don't wreck the price just as a participant. So we expect our team to be held to a higher standard than that. And we did on that day immediately after realizing that, get rid of that employee. So that I don't mind rolling that out. We have no tolerance for the team hurting it. I can tell you that Doc and I, as the founders, have taken every token that we were pledged as founders from little shares and things, anything that came to us, and we've redistributed that into salaries, hiring contractors, expanding our development. We went from one dev to we have 4 devs working for us right now. So we are not a team that's here to sell on you, and we don't take that lightly, and we did react to that situation, so we can definitely touch on that too.
Yeah,
absolutely.
100%.
For sure, too, and just if I can put this out there as well, I think one of the key points about this, if anybody out there ever has a need to sell any of our protocol tokens, please reach out to us. We understand life happens to people. There's profits that need to be taken. The mortgages need to be paid, medical bills. But we're always here, right? So please reach out to us. There's responsible ways to do
Yeah,
everything.
Doc makes a good point. We are over
Yep.
here at GoldMint Finance. We are highly interested in GoldMint Finance tokens, and we see their long-term value. So, yeah, that was one thing that could have been obvious there. But yeah, that was I think that's all we had to do. But that is worth bringing up. Actually, I do think that is important for protocols for the teams to realize that they have a responsibility to the community members. We touched on this earlier today. We had moderators when last night in the Twitter Spaces. I didn't think to set up the Twitter picker, or to get a list of the mod addresses ahead of time. And ends up the last two of the night through a legit Twitter picker went to people who technically are employed work with and for GoldMint Finance, the protocol, and that was unacceptable. So we are going to have things like that happen. But those guys were quick to jump in and say they wanted to give them back and make sure they could get back out to the community, whereas this particular person didn't take the same approach and is no longer with us.
Yep, 100%. That's another big thing. I'm glad Doc brought that up, because if you got tokens that you don't want, we want them. So, and if you need to exit or anything, we will help you do so to help support the community and the price and the charts and everything. So yeah.
Yep, awesome.
Um,
That's a
we
good
could.
one. Any other?
I was gonna say, maybe it's been a while, and you did bring up those gifts that we got back. So wink, wink, hint, hint. Um,
Oh yeah. So we definitely, Graz said tonight he wanted to make sure we got out the .8 GoldMint in the whitelist spot. Monkey, I'm on my phone. Can we do it with a random number generator? You want to pull a number, look at the number of participants in front of you on the screen, ignore
yeah,
mods.
I did one. I got the mods a couple times, but the one that I got was 2, so it'd be Chris.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, Chris, if you open up a support ticket, I'll type it in the AMA discussion here. Open a support ticket and send us your Ethereum address. We'll get you set up with, what was the rewards fee?
This is .8 GoldMint in a whitelist spot. So what that
Damn.
is yeah. So that was like the large prize giveaway. Then I forget, like, the current value that's like $700 or $800. The whitelist spot's over 200, I think, right now. And the bond GoldMint's like in the 500 range or something like that. So that was actually the grand prize giveaway in our Twitter Spaces last night. And through a small mistake, that went to one of our team members. And we wanted to find another chance to get that out to the community. So Graz suggested we do that for you guys in the AMA tonight. But that's one of the coolest ways to participate in our protocol, because the whitelist opens up the ability to participate in nodes. That whitelist, it's going to do a lot of things, but that's just so valuable. It's some of our best rewards in the ecosystem, and it's a great way to turn bonds into GoldMint even when we're below peg. So it's a strategically picked amount to get you in on the whitelist and have just enough to buy one exact. Nodes are purchased in whole units for the whitelisters in this initial round. They're being made available at 0.8. They're going to be 1 GoldMint a piece, but for this first round, for the whitelisted folks, they're made available at 0.8 GoldMint or bond GoldMint a piece. So that's actually a special thing that we picked last night that gets you set up for a great way to participate in our ecosystem.
Yep, 100%. That's one of the greatest rewards. I mean,
And
earning
did we
GoldMint.
lose Cripsom? Cripsom, are you on?
I don't think his mic is working. I think he was
No,
saying
that's
his
okay.
his PC or his laptop
Oh no,
mic wasn't
he
working.
failed.
Gone.
So he is also looking at rolling out, and you guys are going to see this in our. I don't know. I dropped his own alpha last time. So he's looking at getting out one of the golden tacos to this community. So El Taco Finance is cool as hell. They have some awesome taco NFTs out on the AVAX network. We've done a couple AMAs with us. I think they're a participant in our protocol with their community treasury. These
They
guys are
are.
cool. We have fun every time we hang out with them. And they have good rewards too. It's set up so that the taco holders have like a raffle every week and they get kicked rewards. So like when we were talking to them and I like saw how they were set up, and Cripsom really spearheaded this effort. If you're on, you can definitely jump in. But I was like, I love these shiny tacos. They had one or two like golden tacos that were just shiny instead of a yellow shell. And I was like, we have to have this. So our DAO went crazy one day and bought one of them, and there was only two in existence. I think they dropped like $2,000. Cripsom and Doc, they went nuts, and bought a golden taco off them, and then they decided to drop a collab series. So there's 5 limited edition tacos, and they were like, "Well, what should we do? Like, how should we sell them or whatever?" I'm like, 5? Like, you can't sell 5. That has to be something that can only be given away. Like, they have to literally be priceless. And just like any other NFT collab we roll out, what is going to happen with them? You are going to get rewards from the El Taco Finance rewards pool, and then you're also going to get rewards in share GoldMint from GoldMint Finance. So we're always going to make sure that's part of it. But these things are cool. They have GoldMint gear. They're shiny golden tacos that are decked out in GoldMint gear. Just an awesome collab series that we have going with them. So Cripsom is going to get that out to the community. And we'll talk about the ways that that's going to be made available very soon. And that might be for something that you'll see in the Discord and possibly in the Twitter. That's about the best I can do for you guys. But keep an eye out on that. Check back tomorrow, no matter what else you're doing. Check, see where Cripsom's posting about the golden tacos, because those are, like I said, they're priceless and they're cool as hell.
He did say that he's on his way home. He's almost home, so I think his connection might fix up. I don't know how long it's going to take, but yeah, it definitely is going to be really, really cool. I'm super excited. I wish I
Tell
had
me what I'm supposed to do, Monkey. Is this going to happen sooner? Is this going to be, join Discord or retweet? What's going to
I
happen
don't
here?
know. I honestly have
Okay.
no idea. He might just give it out. I can't say.
All right. So, do we have any other questions? I'm sure they're all beside anything not related specifically to how soon will you get a golden taco. You got anything else on the board?
Let me just quickly look through and see if there's anything else that I can find in the chat. Other than that, anybody else can raise their hand. Can always come up and talk, say whatever.
Yeah, if anyone wants to hop on stage.
So there's one question here: is the team going to do the same with silver on the nodes as it does with the gold? So we can't say too much on the silver, but we're definitely thinking about the best ways that we can benefit the core ecosystem, as well as looking as well multi-chain and stuff like that. So there's a bunch of different stuff going on in our head, and how we're going to utilize silver.
Yeah, let me
And I
just say
think
this is vague enough. I'm not going to get myself in trouble with Vu, I don't think. but guys, I am more excited about Silver Mint now than I ever have been before, based off of recent conversations. In my opinion, there are some just amazing things potentially in the works.
Yeah, that's really definitely hitting the nail on the head. So Monkey, sparked that too. We're going to look at it. We are not going to roll out any new tokens that aren't going to find a way to work together with our amazing DAO and the GoldMint token and the ecosystem that we've created. Everything is going to operate symbiotically. It's all going to be set up to kind of build strength for that same amazing DAO that's building strength for that same amazing future. Those dividend tokens, building those strong holdings. It's all going to add to that same system. And I think, as a more direct answer to your question, it is going to see the best aspects of GoldMint. We are actually going to learn like which things worked the best and which things didn't. But I would assume that as you see GoldMint kind of developing, you now see this well-rounded ecosystem, what kind of NFTs are going to be coming out, seeing the need for PaxG staking. As we incorporate this kind of system, we're going to look at the best aspects of that, and that is going to become the core, the basis, the foundation of Silvermint. We aren't going to have to fork somebody else. We can look at GoldMint as the inspiration for what's going to be a good ecosystem for Silvermint as we round these things out over the next time.
Hey, Vu, can you hear me now?
Oh, there he is.
Yes, my friend.
All right. Sorry, guys. I was traveling, and I'm in Montana, and his connection is like the Wild West out here, man. We're still on wagons and horses. Sorry about that. Okay, so I was hearing about the tacos. So what are we doing? What are we doing with that taco?
So that was what I wanted to discuss. Our other mod, Space, was the winner of the Priceless Golden Taco. And he felt the same way as Graz, wanted to make sure there was a way to get that back to the community, kind of realized, the same as we did, that we should have probably had that strained out with the selection of the rewards. We're prepared for it on Discord. It was kind of like our first like major giveaway thing on Twitter. We just like weren't ready for it to happen. So he wanted to kick that back. So we didn't know what you thought. You did so much awesome work. And I've talked about the tacos a little bit, but you can talk about, kind of part of what you did and how you kind of, got the ball rolling on this. But if there was something you had in mind for how to get it out, we were going to let you take the lead. If not, we can drop it in a couple different fashions.
Are you talking about for getting what out? Are you talking about getting the taco that was
so
not
Space
given away
gave
out?
that back from last night. I mean, he didn't physically get it, obviously.
Yeah.
But yeah, he gave back the rights to that. So we do have a golden taco. Sorry, guys, for the like very direct team taco.
So,
but yeah, we do have a golden taco that we can give back out.
Yeah. So, I mean, I have something in mind. Monkey, did you happen to get my message?
No. Yes,
Okay.
I did, but it didn't make sense. So I
Okay.
was confused.
Oh, okay. Well, I had something
Give a
in mind.
brief
Oh man,
overview for
I
these
want to
guys.
give it to somebody, because of a participation thing, because they're so rare. And I've been seeing somebody like in particular that has been doing a lot of, I mean, everybody's been participating, but one person in particular I saw that kind of caught my eye. And I was curious before I do this if that was okay with the team or if you think we should just do a random one.
I love this personally. I love it.
Yeah, I'm saying go for it, man. That's
Okay.
one of the cool things about having these. We want to make sure they go back to the community, and we're going to have a lot of random giveaways. There's going to be a lot of chances for people just to get their number selected or have a Twitter picker pick you. But also realize, guys, we see you. We see you out there. We hear you. I mean, this morning I noticed one of our awesome participants raised a concern, and I was like, that dude is totally correct. That needs addressed. And if I'm correct, that guy
Yeah.
raised a concern yesterday that needed addressed. He's not on the team. He's just thinking of
Sure.
things that matter for GoldMint. And that we see you guys. So
Yeah.
100%. Sometimes we want to kick these rewards to you guys that we see out there, just being awesome participants in the community. So 100% on board with you following through with that.
Cool. So the person I'm going to give it to, now everybody, like I said, this will happen multiple times. There's going to be, like Boo said, I mean, I'll second that. There's going to be a lot of times you guys can win stuff. I right now see GoldMint Greg as a pretty cool participant, a key participant. I'm enjoying all the questions that he has and the interest and the detail, the nitty gritty stuff. And I appreciate. I see him, and then other people as well. Everybody in the Discord, but he's kind of stood out to me lately just from the conversations I've been kind of looking in. I don't always go into Discord and say much. I always pop in there though, and I read over everything. So, yeah, I want to give it to him, man. GoldMint
I
Greg.
couldn't agree more. I did not talk to Cripson before that either. So when I
Yeah,
just
no.
mentioned somebody brought up two like important points, that's the same guy. So GoldMint Greg, that's awesome. I think Cripson just couldn't have picked a better
So
community
yeah,
member.
it's funny, dude, because I had already messaged Monkey before this.
If you want to raise your
Before
hand,
I
you
even
can come up
talked to
here,
you.
Craig.
But it's so funny because I told Monkey, like, before you had even said this, Vu, because like you didn't know I was going to give it to him. But I had told Monkey before, and that's why I asked him if he got the message, because I was like, I want to give it to Greg because I've seen him doing a lot of cool stuff. So yeah,
I'm
that's
just gonna
No,
chime
this
in here. I'm
they're
gonna say that you texted or you messaged me GoldMint Steve, and I was like, who the fuck?
oh my bad.
Yeah,
So,
that's funny.
I was a little bit confused.
But yeah, so no, that's
Let's
that's
get let's get
awesome.
let's get Greg up here for a little acceptance speech. I like that idea.
yeah.
Questions? Come on up.
If
All right,
he's
I invited
available
him up.
to.
Yeah, there we go.
I'd like to thank my mom, my dad, and today, and I'm going to Disney World. So,
Yeah.
that was a banger. That was
thank
good.
you. It's like I fucking love GoldMint, and I'm in it for the long haul. And like I really want the best for this community, and like I appreciate you guys are so on top of everything. Just dealing with any concerns that we might have, and like I try to bring in as many people as I can to this protocol because like I know one day this is going to be one of the most valuable on the Ethereum network. So thank you very much, guys. It means a lot.
Hell yeah, brother.
I love you, man. Thank you.
I love you guys.
Have you with us for the ride. Right on.
I want to say thanks to Cripsom too, man. Cripsom's he's a generous dude.
Yeah, dude, you guys.
Yeah, talk about. Go ahead. Yeah.
No, go ahead, man.
I was just gonna say, the Cripsom is probably the most recent addition to our team at GoldMint Finance. He was, came on to assist Monkey in operations and has just really knocked it out of the park for us. He's working on so many other things for you. I mean, he didn't just spearhead these awesome golden tacos, and I can't wait. We'll let Greg show it off here pretty soon. But things with great finance, stuff with the podcast that he has rolling out. I think the podcast is going to be one of the coolest things in DeFi. So Cripsom, just a quick shout out to him. Yeah, as Doc said, has been just an awesome addition to this team.
Yeah, I don't know if you get employee of the month, but I think he should get it.
Oh shoot!
But
my head doesn't need to get too big here.
I love interacting with everybody in the chats, and like y'all are some of the coolest people I met in DeFi. And I just am grateful to have the opportunity to talk with you guys every day.
Hell yeah, you're homies with my homie Guapo, right?
Hell yeah, man! We literally had like an 8-hour voice chat the other day.
Yeah, dude. When I was headed from town, like this is how small my town is, right? I hop in the AMA and I look over. There's Guapo passing me to go get milk.
That's funny.
That's funny as fuck.
That's very responsible of you guys on the AMA on the road, but I'm not telling.
We can edit this for the YouTube. Well, good.
Anyway.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. I think you just couldn't have picked a better guy, more deserving guy to give that to. It's just awesome to see, and we encourage that from all you guys, and we do see all of you guys. Like he said at the beginning, it's like it's almost impossible. I'm sure Monkey, thinking about at the end of this week, we're gonna start doing, the GoldMint, kind of like. Participant of the week or whatever. And this is going to be one of the hardest things we do. You think the UI and Morales nodes has been giving us a tough time trying to pull one of you guys out of this protocol to single out for acknowledgement when you're all, just doing such an awesome job and all have been such an awesome part of this community. It is going to be one of the toughest things we do, but we're looking forward to giving back in some more ways.
All right, thank you guys. Shout out to Gaza for bringing me here, and have a
Yeah,
Right on.
that's good shit.
Thanks, Greg. Appreciate you, man.
Yeah, that was good. Always glad to support the community and everybody, and yeah, also definitely shout out Gaza and everybody from there. You guys are sick, so thanks for the
Heck yeah.
support and everything.
Right on. Right on. Any other questions?
There was one question I kept on missing, but it was about CoinMarketCap and like CoinGecko. We do not have enough volume for them to care about us. So yeah, that's
Well,
pretty
I'm
much.
not sure. Yeah.
I think
So
that's the
it's
best
complicated.
answer.
We're struggling. Yeah, that's probably the best answer. We are the hiccup seems to have been. So I wondered what the hell was the problem. I look at our TVL and the value of our ecosystem compared to some of our friends and partners that launched around the same time and their values and stuff. And I'm like, something's not adding up. And I think part of the problem we're having is that you're measured just like any form you fill out online or anything else you do, credit application with your local bank or whatever. You no longer get to talk to the guy and explain your case. It's measured by increments. And I think with GoldMint being such a high value token in terms of dollar value, and a low token in terms of number of tokens on the market because it's a algo stable that prints more, and it hasn't been in a printing stage. We see a lower number of tokens trade in a day. It's not the volume in terms of dollars in buys and sells that looks small, but if you say how many GoldMint tokens moved, I think that is where their algorithm is going to require just a little bit more growth from us. And this has not been given to us. This is not something where they give you a response. You get copy and pasted long blocks of text and documents to read through. So all we do, and Monkey will tell you this, is every week, or so, not to be hounding them or whatever. We give an update on our protocol, our new volumes reached, our number of participants, our Discord user growth, our Twitter growth, things like that. Just update them on the continued growth. And we just keep pushing those out there. And we're reaching out to some smaller ones now in the meantime so that we can add that as additional ammunition. So we're also listed like we've been listed on DBank and some things like that. We think that helps give a little bit of pull to us too. But we believe that our delay has been related to the small number of GoldMint tokens that existence and the small number that move in a day, not in terms of dollar value, but in terms of physically, how many GoldMint tokens are bought and sold.
Yep. So we're still on that grind pretty much of trying to get listed, but I think it's just going to be some more future growth and more volume and printing and stuff like that. So yeah, hopefully with
In my
the
top 3 pain points, that and making things in the UI just keep working currently until we get the new one rolled out, and then issues that we have with upcoming features and development. But yeah, that's one of our top 3 pain points. It's something we're going to keep pushing towards. And one nice thing for you guys here and anyone listening on YouTube, and I hate to say it like this, we are going to keep pushing that push, and we are going to get those listings eventually. I don't know exactly what day it's going to be, but when that happens, there's going to be a lot more people that learn about us. So it's great to be here. I find a lot of protocols after they're listed on those popular listing platforms. And it's just a good reminder that we're here early, like really early in the growth stage of this protocol. And it's just good to be here now, before you get the participants that, maybe didn't have that, community aspect that we had. You want those people to come in later in the protocol. You want to build as much of a core strong community like we've built here. We've got rid of our Genesis dumpers. We have guys who are awesome. They participate. Like I said, we're struggling to figure out who to reward for being the best participants. I mean, it's almost, immeasurable, the growth we've had over these last couple months. So that is going to lead to listings eventually. And it really is just a good reminder of how early we are here at GoldMint Finance.
Yep. And as Star Fox once said, bullish, bullish, bullish. So that's it.
Yeah, man.
Had to throw that one in.
Yeah, I will have to get him in on one of these or a Twitter space or something like that too. We got we got a lot of people out there who are noticing our protocol. That's for sure, and we have to just keep doing what we do as a team and rolling out innovation. You guys have to keep doing what you're doing, encouraging, supporting, bringing up concerns, questions, comments, things for us to think about. We really, we're here every day. We're all, full time devoted to this protocol. But you guys notice, Monkey and I are on Discord all day long. We're here all day. So if there's anything you want to bring to us, please reach out. We're always open to suggestions and improvements. We have a specific channel for it in the Discord.
Yes, sir. I don't know if Rambo is still in here or not, but I'm gonna answer the question a little bit because it was kind of a big one. I can't believe we missed this, but he asked if there's any future plans for potentially having an algo token pegged to 1 USD like Paxos Gold. That's printed by GoldMint, and I will say, like, that is definitely on our mind. Some form of that is kicking around in the back of the head there. So that's something that we're kind of thinking about. So yeah. Oh damn, Chris got timed out. I'm super sorry. I don't know what happened, but let me fix that quick. But yeah, if anybody else has any other questions or anything like that, I think it's kind of gone pretty long here. So pretty much wrap her up.
Did you
Unless
guys
there's
touch up on the grape
what's up?
NFTs at all? I know we
Not really.
talked about it a little bit in the Twitter Spaces, but yeah, I will tell just for whoever wasn't at Twitter Spaces last night. I'll kind of talk about it real quick here. A while back, I dropped a part of the NFT graphic in I think it was in the chat. I think it was in the AMA questions or something. Anyways, you guys go back and look, but we are planning on launching this in about, we were figuring about 2 weeks. So, and that was a few days ago. So I'd say under 2 weeks, we plan on minting these. We've pretty much got everything figured out as far as rewards go. LB is obviously going to be doing the coding and whatnot for these because they will be launching on minted on AVAX. So Avalanche. So yeah, that's where you're going to be able to pick one of these up, and also it's going to be like a VIP exclusive NFT. So if it's going to kind of be based on, I would say it's going to be. I don't know if we're going to go on like how long you've been in the protocol to have like a sort of a VIP club, or if it's going to be whether you're holding a certain amount of NFTs or how many tokens you have or into the node pool or whatever. I don't know how he's going to do it, but that's just kind of stuff swirling around in my brain for a VIP club. But that's what he came up with. He's like, I want it to kind of be a VIP thing. So that's what I'm sure he'll have something for me the next time I talk to him in the next couple of days. But you can count on seeing those in probably about 2 weeks, a little less than 2 weeks.
Yeah, right on. That's I don't know. I'm particularly psyched for that. Great Finance was a huge inspiration for me, and LB as a dev, in particular, and everything their team has done, and then what they've done with Liquid Capital as well. So just doing fun things with them always gets me excited. And I saw the NFTs. He only dropped such a sliver. It's not like when I dropped a slightly blurred version of one. Like, it's cool. It's cool. I can't wait.
Yeah, like people have no clue what that is. That's just the logo. Like that's
It's
just
crazy.
a tiny bit.
Even Steve, when he's seen that, just the logo, he's like, all right, I need two. Just right away. He doesn't even know what they look like, what they do. He's like, all right, I need them. Like, I love them. They even just look sick, though. I'm super excited. I've seen the design. They're super clean, and I think both the Grape and GoldMint people will like them, and including the utility, too. It's not just going to be, as we've said before, just JPEGs. They're definitely going to bring you some fun rewards. So, yeah.
Yeah, and I think too, like, so everybody knows, like these were when I thought about this, is actually kind of I think I was the one who kind of came up with the idea about it, if I remember right. Am I wrong, or did somebody else bring it to my attention?
No idea. Can't even remember at this point, honestly.
Anyways, so the graphics stuff was kind of left up to me, but then what was coolest about it was when we came down to like making the details in the logo, like everybody had a say in it, which was really cool. So it wasn't like done by one person and then that was it. Like we went back and switched many things to make this just perfect. And I mean, I wouldn't say perfect, but it's pretty cool. So yeah, I was just like super thankful that, and it's really unique how we did this and how like it's not just an NFT, man. Like there's a lot of heart and soul that went into the graphics and how we can bring the most amount of utility to this because they're going to be very rare. There's only 100 of them. It's like the goblets on grape, like they're super rare. I mean, these things are going to be they're gonna be worth a shit ton of money. So, have fun with them. But it's just gonna be. It's so cool to be partnered with those guys over at Grape on stuff like this because it's just so unique. So,
Yep. No, couldn't agree more. Obviously not financial advice, but yeah, anything that they roll out. I mean, we learned about the ways to stock an NFT with value from the Grape model, and we're going to do a lot together with them.
yes.
Well, cool. That'll probably about do it. If we got anything else, I mean, I'm open to take a couple more questions or whatever, but we've been on for just under an hour and a half here. If it's time, we can wrap it up too.
I mean, yeah, I think we it's been pretty long now. We got lots off there. I think there's lots of hype and I hope everybody can see that that this is just the beginning. Like there is so much more to come. We're the only protocol to have 2 years of emissions. So it just gives us even more time to continue to build and grow that DAO and provide like a lot of utility to this ecosystem and try to grow as much as we can and be kings of ETH, just like Ohm and Strong. I mean, Strong's kind of farted the bed, but I mean, Ohm is still an incredible successor, and we could not be happier to be partnered with them and work with them and try to grow to their level. So, yeah, expect that work and that ambition from us. That's what we're trying to do.
Yeah, it's a perfect way to close it out. All right, guys. Well, thanks for hopping in tonight. We appreciate having you. Feel free to reach out in the server or kind of find us on Twitter Spaces now. Sounds like we got some other stuff coming up too with Cripstom's podcast. So we'll be around. Reach out at any time. Thanks, guys.
Heck yeah.